Good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever it is to you. It's a whole time, 12:30. They're forcing me to do a video on my birthday, 12:30 a.m. And what's it called? Here, listen. Let me get the city in the background on this. Yeah, hold up. City in the bike. All right, cool. Now check this shit out, bro. I'm gonna set some shit straight real quick. Occupy happened, entrapment happened. Whoever met this 30-year-old dude named Žarko Nikolic met my little sister when she was 17 in high school. I was stalking her, whatever the fuck he did. What's it called? Yeah, let me put these on now too because they're gonna call all types of shit about my eye movement. What's it called? Let me see here. Occupy happened, and I needed to flee the state of Ohio. I needed to flee the state of Ohio after that shit happened. And I didn't get the opportunity because of the chaos ritual and the effects of it. And if I was microchipped, affected the behavior, my mental processes, and everything at the Occupy. And what's it called? I was never able to talk to Žarko about. At the time, I was cool with him. I didn't know he fucked Shara. But at the time, I would have let him know my security issue of what really happened. He didn't know what really happened. And I wanted to know so his network knew. So they knew what to do about when they were being infiltrated by the entrapment setup team of Shaquille Azir. And what's it called? That aside, Žarko started acting all fucking crazy after the chaos ritual because it affected him with power. You know, he sold his soul to the devil, probably as a Freemason, whatever. And what's it called? He pushed for my sister to get married with him at a time when I literally was trying to flee the state, and he was doing it to trump me. The time that he picked, you know what I'm saying, with the MK Ultra and all that shit going on. And all I gotta say about that is one more thing. I had the option. There was a lot of Serbs that hate Žarko Nikolic. A lot of Serbians. A lot of Serbians saw what the fuck he did to Stephanie, why he met Stephanie. They understood how he abused me specifically and how I was marginalized by my family and him specifically. And what's it called? I should have. They were waiting for my decision to decline going to the wedding, or at least not being in the wedding party. Again, I've mentioned this in posts and I've mentioned this in the past that my sister asked me, she said, "Are you going to be in my wedding?" After she told me she was getting married, I said, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" When she said, "I'm getting married," I'm like, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" Because he did hit you. And she said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So well, then you got my blessing because it's your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she fucked my ex-girlfriend at the time. And then, what's it called? She told me, "Do you want to be in my wedding?" And I said, "Of course." You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know she fucked Shara at the time. I forget when the wedding was. I think it was 2014 or 15. No, it was 14. I forget. Whatever. And what's it called? I just wanted to say that had I known she fucked Shara and Mishaka and her fucked Shara, they had sex, excuse my language, I wouldn't have been at that fucking wedding. I would have made sure with if she still chose him that what's it called? So hold on. Yeah, if she still chose him, I wouldn't have been at that fucking wedding, flat out. And God damn it, got under my leg, dude, because of my stupid ass fucking cheating ass father. Still with my goddamn mother. And the key, v2k said I offended the police force. The key thing I need to state to the police force, or you're talking specifically the Serbian police force tied to Žarko Nikolić, is I was trying to educate him at the time of what happened to me with the Occupy entrapment. I was trying to let him know that they led me to the house and then tried to include me, and I declined, and I wanted him to know that, and now I'm hunted. Now I'm fucked for the rest of my goddamn life, bro, and they're watching me, and they're gonna infiltrate your fucking network. That's before I knew that he had sex with Shara and my ex Shara. If I knew he had sex with my ex Shara, like I said, I would have knocked the fucking shit out of his ass. Flat out. Knocked the fucking shit out of him. But, and I would not have been anywhere near his fucking wedding. I would have never been at that fucking wedding. That's the lesson. I didn't deserve to be at that wedding. But anyways, my sister asked me, she said, do you want to be in my wedding? And I said, of course. You know, and I thought that I was just going to be sitting with my family, or I was going to stand in the back of the church. And then she was reserving a spot for me at the wedding. But instead, where my pops is like, let's go get some tuxes. And so we went and got some tuxes, and then tuxedos. And then they said, let's practice for the wedding. And I said, okay. So we go to St. Sava's on Route 176 in Ridgewood, West Ridgewood. And I realize I'm in his fucking wedding party as one of his groomsmen. And that's what she meant when she asked me, do you want to be in my wedding? And I said, I couldn't go back at that point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't deserve to be in that party because how he treated me and how he didn't help me financially. He didn't support me while I was in poverty for I don't know how many years. And what's it called? So I'm fucked because of the Occupy. Now I'm fucked because I'm in Žarko's wedding. And what's it called? The wedding happens. I went through with it. And what's it called? Some bullshit happened before the wedding. And what's it called? I don't know if I should mention it. I can't mention it for legal reasons. I cannot mention what happened to me before the wedding, but yeah, I rode my bicycle to the east side. I'll put it that far. I rode my bicycle to the east side, like, you know, and something happened to me. The end with that. We'll discuss that at a later time. Wedding happens, we take pictures, and then I'm in the party bus going to the wedding, and everyone's drinking. I needed weed before the wedding. I didn't have any. I couldn't ask Jaco, can your cousin like give me some fucking weed? He introduced me to him at like his house. They had like some kind of get together before the wedding, and I got introduced to Vlad, who grew like, I don't know how much he grew weed in a barn or some shit. And then I talked to Vlad, and I had no money. I said, you know, how much you charge for zips? He's like, oh, for you, like 300. I'm like, oh, so you're trying to tax me at bourbon prices. And that's all the conversation was. And he gave me a nug the day before the wedding, like maybe a gram, no, like a 0.5 or a gram of some weed at some Greek restaurant, Santorini, downtown Cleveland on West 9th Street. And what's it called? Wedding happened. We're on the party. We're on the limo to the wedding, and all the Serbians are drinking. I need weed real bad. And what's it called? They're drinking. And they're like, here, take a shot. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll take a shot. So I took a shot of some vodka. Jaco was like, slow down. And I get to the Astrodome at St. Joseph's, and I'm spinning like a motherfucker because I don't drink. And I needed some weed. I'm spinning like fucking crazy. And I go to the back of the church. I start vomiting by the dumpster. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is bad. And then that's all I remember. Then I woke up at like 11:45 p.m. in the Astrodome in some random room away, like schoolroom, because it was like a school auditorium. I fucking wandered into some random ass room, passed out, threw up in a fucking uh crate, and my father found me. And then I walked into the reception hall, and there's just money all over the floor being swept up by the cleaning staff, and everyone's gone. And that's my memory of that. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then I walked to Walters Grove, and I thought of Shara, and I'm just thinking my life's fucked. You know what I'm saying? It's always been fucked. I never had a chance in hell. And what's it called? Ultimately, what I'm trying to say about that situation was I shouldn't have been at that wedding, knowing that if she had sex with Shara Tilly, I shouldn't have been there if she chose to be with that dude. And I was trying to flee the state of Ohio because of the Occupy entrapment. I had to get the fuck away from Jatko's Serbian network. Every time I'm around his fucking Serbian network, I literally get psychologically and physically crushed. And I like can't do shit because of how it affects me internationally and to this day. So that's what I had to say about that situation.